He takes the stuff towards the room. He tells them to come out quickly as their cab has arrived, but she tells the girls to come inside first, as they want to show them something. Now, Evan didn't want to go inside, but he still had to. He sees the two girls bathing naked in front of him, and then they ask Evan to get intimate with them. At first, Evan refuses, but after a while, he starts feeling like it, and then they spend the whole night being intimate together. Meanwhile, the cab driver had been waiting outside for quite a while, so he leaves. The next morning, when Evan wakes up, he sees that the two girls have disappeared. He thinks they have left, but when he goes to his kitchen, he sees they have messed up the entire kitchen. Seeing all this, Evan gets very angry, but then he receives a call from his wife. While they were talking on a video call, the two girls start teasing Evan. Seeing this, Evan quickly ends the call and goes inside. He angrily tells them they have only 3 minutes to get dressed and leave, but after a while, when Evan goes to check on them, he sees they are ruining the cake Karen made. This makes Evan even angrier, and he threatens to call the police. Hearing this, they laugh and say, "Go ahead, call the police. If they find out you did this with an underage girl, they'll arrest you instead." Hearing this, Evan panics and asks how they can be air hostesses if they're underage. They laugh and say they were just fooling him. Evan tells them if they want money, they can take it, but please leave. Just then, the doorbell rings, and Evan sees that one of Karen's friends has arrived, but Genesis goes to her and says she's busy with Evan, so she should come back later. Seeing this, the woman gets angry, curses Evan, and leaves. Evan was quite fed up with him, so he starts to call the police, but Genesis cuts the call and says they're ready to leave. After that, Evan takes them in his car and drops them off at a place. Then he returns and tidies up his messy house and gets back to work. At night, while Evan is working, he hears something fall. He goes outside and finds one of his photo frames has fallen. As Evan bends down to pick up the frame, Genesis hits him on the head, knocking him unconscious. A while later, when Evan regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to a bed. Genesis is there, putting on witch-like makeup. Then Belle arrives. She is wearing Evan's daughter's clothes, and Evan angrily tells her to take them off. "These are my daughter's clothes," but Belle doesn't take them off and starts forcing herself on Evan. Meanwhile, Genesis records a video and says if he doesn't listen to them, they'll send the video to his wife. A while later, when Genesis goes to the kitchen to get something to eat, Evan uses all his strength to break the ropes and